Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a layout share for Freeze Friday, and I'm doing it on Friday. I'm going to go backwards through these, and I'm going to go quickly because I actually have the table set for dinner, and I knew I wouldn't have time after dinner to do it, so I thought I'd try to sneak this in. This is the latest one I've done, which is, and I'll show you, most of these are done with my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. Anything done since June 1st was done with that kit. And that kit consists of everything I own by Vicki Boutin. So old collections, new collections. This is from the very oldest collection I have. And this, of course, is from Wildflower and Honey. I don't think I have anything on here from Let's Wander, but all of these came, I think, from All the Good Things or Field Trip, Field Notes. Anyway, this was based on on yesterday or today's Scrap Squad lift. And that's the original there. It's also done for a pattern paper challenge in Rediscover Your Stash, issued by Christina Sorge, to use 8 different pattern papers. So I fussy cut these out of one. This was cut out of another. The blue was another, the pink was another, the honeycomb another, the butterflies were cut out of a different one, the owls out of a different one. There's this black and white, which is not Vicki Boutin. It is a, I want to say, Bella Boulevard. And this orange is one, and this craft is one. That's the most detail I'll give you on a layout. There's no video for this one. There's no video for this one. This one is done, it's one of the page map sketches, and I don't think you can probably see it, but that's the sketch there. That's all the bigger I printed it. It's a page map sketch that Christina Sorge issued as challenge number 1 in the Rediscover Your Stash June freeze. And again, I mixed Vicki Boutin collections here. These are probably mostly older ones, some stickers and some chipboard and so forth. And that lots of Katie's graduation you'll see in all of these. This one is an Ava Layout, and it was done for a Spoonful of Scraps recipe number 6, which called for circular shapes, a white background, and lots of bright colors. So this came up in my Facebook memories, a little picture of Ava, and I need to write the story on here. When she was spreading this towel over the chair that had those little plastic strips across, she said, "Grandma, I need to put this towel on the chair so I don't fall through the cracks." So not a chance on earth that little girl will fall through the cracks. I just saw something coming loose, so I'm gonna put some liquid glue. Sometimes these older chipboards don't quite stay adhered even to foam, which things usually stick pretty well to. Okay, so put my glue aside. This one is one I did for Mixed Media Frenzy, which went live today. I did it yesterday. There is a video for this, and if you go on my channel, Scrappy Kathy, and it's there's a space in between Scrappy and Kathy. Well, it's the channel you're watching now. Silly me. Anyway, there's a long video on this because it shows absolutely every single step in building up the layers and texture here. There's a piece of gauze. There's some netting that was used to pack pears. There's stamps and stencils and all kinds of goodies. This is a double page layout that is surprisingly one of my favorites. This is the first page, and that's the second page. This was the Redefined Creative Thursday sketch of the week last week. And I used it to scrap a lot of the graduation pictures. This is Katie pointing out the sign in the neighborhood that says, "Congratulations, graduate." And I had this little "in the neighborhood" sticker. So I just, again, all of these you've seen are all my Vicki Boutin supplies from various collections. This is also Vicki Boutin supply. Oh, just going back to this mixed media one, that's Vicki Boutin texture paste and gesso and stencils and all kinds of things there. So again, all Vicki Boutin. This is a pre-made mixed media background and some scraps, some chipboard stickers, some alphas, some thickers. This is another one, very old collection, one of the from the same paper pad as that big blue polka dot. And there was a sheet that had some big numbers, so I fussy cut those numbers and overlaid them around here. It was taken from a mood board inspiration at the Secret Not Secret Club, and the numbers just kind of reminded me of measurements and weights and things like that, and that's kind of what's going on in my world these days. I'm measuring and weighing, you know, myself and my food. So this is a superpower challenge. You're supposed to identify what your superpower is and go beyond it, or try something that isn't your superpower. And watercoloring is definitely not my superpower. And I put too many layers, and I'm just not, when you look up close at this, but I love the layout, so mission accomplished. This was take a one-page layout and make a two-page layout out of it page. And this was the one-page layout that I had done. And it has some journaling in here. It was on the last day of Load, and Load was a Beatles themed, and we were to be based on the White Album, so it was a wide open challenge, and we were supposed to use our favorite song, and my favorite song was Girl, so I typed that up on a piece of paper, crumpled it, did white on white stenciling, and then went over it with some Vicki Boutin texture paste. I don't have it here beside me, but it's a glittery texture paste that has like little bits of iridescent plastic in it that kind of adheres, and I put it all around except on the face. So that was I let that be the right hand side. This is the left hand side. I did the same stencil, turned it upside down, darkened it so that it would look like this aged newspaper, and these were the guys that were the four guys that were in the band that sang the song Girl at the concert back in 1966 are in this picture. The photo was taken at my 20th birthday party. So let's see, this is one using the Mind the Scrap May kit, and it was for Christie's Random Challenge, 3 pattern papers, 2 photos, and 1 circle. So that's what I did there, and that was at the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. This was one done it was the Color Play Challenge at the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, and this is also Chef Emma's recipe number 5, calling for layering, fussy cutting, and sequins. And the background is a very old piece of Best Creation paper, long since gone. And all of the little things are cut from Truly Grateful by Paige Evans. This is another one with the Mind the Scrap May kit. And this was a Scrap Squad Sunday layout, also using the Spring Bank Holiday recipe for pink, orange, or yellow, or all 3, large circle, green title, ink splatters, packing technique. I'm assuming the word kitchen counts as a green title. This one is a mixed media frenzy. No, this is not. That's not at all what this is. This is for my own challenge, the Getting Messy challenge at the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, and it was based on, it was a lift of Julie Taylor, who kind of served as our inspiration for that challenge. And there was some absolutely amazing work. I think everyone loved working on that challenge. And I used a lot of Vicki Boutin stuff on here. These are quite a lot of Vicki Boutin, but that's this texture paste is hers. Anyway, this was a totally digital layout that was for load, and I don't have a label on the back of it because I just printed it off my computer. I only had it in electronic form. The challenge was to use a question mark, and so I talked about how I used to smoke, but only at music concerts, and these were some of the guys I went to see. So those are my layouts since my last layout share. Again, totally shopping my own stash, enjoying it. I've joined the Rediscover Your Stash freeze for June and kind of intensified it by stepping up the number of layouts that I'm planning to do. So I've committed to do 2 a day, an average of 2 a day, so 60 for the month. And we'll see how that goes. So far, I'm right on track, but we're only 5 days into the month. So next week, you'll see everything I do, I think, is probably going to be Vicki Boutin from my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. And we'll see if I can throw myself a few other challenges. I've got 10 different page map sketches that I want to do. This Sunday for Scrap Squad Sunday, I'm planning to do this rather minimalist, heavy on the journaling kind of layout. So I'm selecting the photos to go with that. That should be a fun one to do. And I've got other challenges to use this color scheme, and I'm thinking I might use it on a grid layout like that, where I use paint to define the grid. These are my 10 sketches that I'm gonna do, minus the one that I've already done. And these are a list of the Secret Not Secret challenges and the 10 items list, and I'm gonna have to work on those. I've done quite a few of the challenges, but nowhere near as many as I'd like to do. So that's kind of my work cut out for me for the next week. And also on my agenda, I have to watch Maura O'Reilly's Amsterdam trip. I have dug into the deep recesses of my photos and pulled out my Amsterdam photos from several trips that we made when we were living in Brussels. And I'm gonna try to borrow 1 or 2 ideas. I'm committing to maybe trying to lift at least 3 or 4 of Maura's layouts. She's brilliant, and she just does such a beautiful job, so can't wait to see that. So anyway, thank you for watching. See you next week. Shop your own stash. Bye.